Talk about a good draft and how you solidify a defense. Ronnie Lott was #1. John Hardy, who's still with the team. Eric Wright and Carlton Williamson, those first 3 in yellow, all starters. And Lynn Thomas, also a good find, who just made that last play.
Right, and he comes in all the passing situations.
First down, Cincinnati at the 28-yard line of San Francisco. Alexander doesn't carry it much. 49ers are ready quickly. He might have gotten 2. Willie Harper led that defense.
You know, with those draft choices, you said they had the first 3 players. Look what they did with that. They were 27th in defense in 1980, and they drafted those 3 starting defensive backs. They went up to 2nd this year. Of course, they've also added Hacksaw Reynolds and Fred Dean.
415 points allowed in 80, 250 this year. Dean is on the field right now, number 74. 2 tight ends for Cincinnati. 1 setback. Anderson has Collinsworth at the 5. Eric Wright, the defender, a fumble. San Francisco football. Collinsworth had it and lost it.
And look at Forrest Gregg. You know, the last thing that the Bengals said last night is once we catch a ball, we have to hold on to it. Look at Kenny Anderson. Whew. What do you have to do? Number 21 is Eric Wright. He's defending rookie against rookie. Eric Wright against Chris Collinsworth. Nice move on the end. He catches the ball. Eric Wright brings his right hand around and knocks the ball out.
And Lynn Thomas makes the recovery, number 28. And so San Francisco dodges another bullet. And they'll have the football when we come back. Pat Summerall with John Madden, Super Bowl 16. The first time these two played, December the 6th. Cincinnati had 6 turnovers. The final score was 21-3 San Francisco. Today's story, Cincinnati has 2, San Francisco 1. Montana to Johnny Davis. 1 or 2.
Now there's the sight. There's Jack Reynolds talking to the defense and drawing up the plays that they run. And watch, when Jack Reynolds talks, they all listen, don't they? See, they're talking about the running plays that Cincinnati's trying to do. See that? They're drawing Pete Johnson there and how he starts to one side and cut back. Look at Jack. He does everything, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. Equipment, tape,
races,
chalk, boards, 2nd and 9 from the 9. This is Bill Ring. And Ring on an outstanding play by Ross Browner. From the other side, the commissioner of the NFL and his lovely wife, Carrie, watching and enjoying.
What a job he has done over the years as commissioner of this league. An amazing man. What a leader.
When you think back that he was elected on the 23rd ballot way back, and how outstanding and what he's accomplished.
What this game is, what it was when it started, where this whole league is today.
3rd and 7 from the 11. Montana puts Ring in motion. He rolls right and throws to Freddie Solomon, complete for a 49er first down. Knocked out of bounds by Bo Harris.
I'll tell you, the 49ers, they'll go anything. They'll throw it in any part of the field. They'll do anything. Now we're going to see, here's what Montana likes to do. Instead of dropping back, he wants to get out here, buy some time. He has a deep pattern here. That drives the defense out, then out here, and he rolls out here and throws it from this position. You see, he starts out there. Solomon came across. The second man there, see, he was inside. Clark went deep.
We pick it up live, and I mean live, as Montana being chased and goes out of bounds. Chased by Ross Browner. Again, knocked out of bounds, but Montana picked up a good gain. The young quarterback is 6 out of 8. Solomon has caught 3 of those. John, we had a penalty a minute ago. Let's look at this first.
We'll look at it here now. Here's Reggie Williams and Browner chasing. You know, Montana not only runs, he has pretty good speed. He gains some ground on those guys.
who had a penalty against San Francisco, pass interference, we thought. They only gave him 5 yards and did not move the sticks up to the spot of the foul. Well, I think John has some information about that, but here's Earl Cooper with some room. Cooper breaks a tackle, gets into Cincinnati territory. Knocked down by Glenn Cameron, but he has a 49er first down.
And they're yelling, "Coop, Coop, Coop" on that one. On that play when Cincinnati had the ball, when the ball was in the air, he was hit. Now watch Bo Harris, number 53, is the outside linebacker. Forrest comes in, gets him to the inside so Cooper can get free around the right end.
First down. There's a story on Earl Cooper. 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 48. And Cooper remained behind Montana. Now they shift. Patton. Ricky Patton gets inside the 45 to about the 44.
There's Bill Walsh, and see now he sends in a play. Usually they signal in from the sideline. In the last game, Pat, when they played Cincinnati, they felt that Cincinnati had their signals. So they changed their signals for this game, and Bill said he'll send in some and signal some.
There is their backup quarterback who usually does the signaling, Guy Benjamin. Montana intended for Solomon again. He threw it out of bounds.
Montana's pass intended for Solomon incomplete. Covered by Lewis Green.
There's Bill Walsh. He has that list there in his right hand. Now, as we said earlier, he has down the 25 plays, the first 25 plays that he's going to use in this game. And he gives them to Guy Benjamin, number 7, who signals them into Joe Montana.
That doesn't necessarily mean that he will use them in that order. He just wants to get them done.
Right, and then, you know, these short yardage and goal line, of course, to take him out of those.
Charlie Young is split way at the top of your picture, the tight end. Clark was in motion. Montana, if he has time, will throw. This is what he does well, and Clark does that well, too. First down, San Francisco. Hit by Lewis Breeden first. Clark has that uncanny ability to get open, and Montana can buy enough time until he can do it.
And he did on this play. We'll see Montana go back here. Clark comes in motion. Now he starts in. It's supposed to be an in. You see, he was going to throw inside to Clark. When Clark sees him scramble, he scrambles out with him to the outside. That is teamwork. Here comes Clark in motion. Now watch, he's going to run an in pattern. You see him start in? Now right here, he sees him scramble, so he scrambles with him.
1st and 10 at the 32. Ricky Patton barrels down to just outside the 20, perhaps the 21. Very near another San Francisco first down. Ken Riley tripped him up.
Now there's Bill. We know that this play is on his list because he looked at his list, gave it to Dwight Clark, changed his mind, though, didn't he?
Now you look back at Benjamin, who sent his signal in. It'll be 2nd and 1 at the 22. Mike Schumann in the game. The handoff is inside to Patton. He'll have a first down inside the 20 with some to spare. Jim LeClaire, the tackler for Cincinnati.
As we were watching that last sequence over there, I think Bill Walsh thought it was a first down. There's a defensive staff. The first person there is Henry Fulla, who is a defensive coordinator, and we see him sending in the defense for the Bengals.
The other is a former teammate of mine, Dick Modulewski.
Was he Big Mo or Little Mo?
He's Little Mo.
And they had no Mo?
They had no Mo, and they had Dynamo. 1st and 10, San Francisco. Fake to Cooper, the handoff to Clark. He's going nowhere. Lewis Breeden there very quickly. And a penalty marker goes down. Perhaps a late hit.
That was a reverse. The other day, we were watching the 49ers practice, and off this play, they have a pass. I tell you, this is a big mistake for the Bengals here. Watch this. We see Clark coming in. It's the end of the run. He really didn't gain anything. Now everything is okay there. He goes down. The whistle blows, and it's that last blow in there by Jim LeClaire, number 55. That's 15 big yards.
And they walk it off against Cincinnati.
Personal foul, number 55, defense, first down.
That was the voice of Pat Haggerty, the referee. Here, 155.
You know, right there, everything's okay. The whistle probably blows, but after the whistle blows, you can't hit him. The other rule is you can't hit him in the head.
First and 10 from just outside the 10. The throw to Cooper, and Cooper scores for San Francisco from Montana. Big Earl Cooper.
Now we'll see Cooper fake through to the right. Then he just goes across underneath all the coverage, picks it up, takes it into the end zone.
Worshing with Montana holding makes it San Francisco 14. Cincinnati nothing. Earl Cooper. We mentioned before that Bill Walsh thought he might be a big factor today, and he surely has been that. San Francisco 14-0. There's the story of that San Francisco drive, and once again, the touchdown, although it was a good drive, 92 yards in 12 plays, came after a turnover. They recovered the fumble by Collinsworth. Ray Worshing set to kick off and back deep. There's Worshing back deep for Cincinnati. Verser and Archie Griffin, with Griffin standing in front of Verser at the moment. Worshing signaling that he's ready. Low bouncing kick handled finally by Verser. No, he hasn't handled it yet. And Verser is going to be down inside the 5. But a penalty marker goes down. Eric Wright was down there quickly.
We were talking about things that the kickers like on this field. You know, besides the weather and the wind, they love to kick on artificial turf and get those types of bounces. It's the second time we've seen that.
Talking a minute ago about that 92-yard drive by San Francisco. That's the longest in Super Bowl history. They started at the 8.
You want to know what he said if you didn't hear him? That was blocking from behind above the waist. I like that.
We've seen that a lot. And, excuse me.
I was just going to say it's been the #1 called all year.
I think so. Cincinnati will start from their own 2-yard line. Haggerty says let's go. 14-0 San Francisco with 6:42 left to play in the first half of Super Bowl number 16. Anderson has Collinsworth to the left and Isaac Curtis to the right. Johnson. Lead with some room.
Let's look at the touchdown play again. Again, it's Earl Cooper here, who's a receiver. The linebackers drop deep in here into the end zone to protect in the end zone. Cooper fakes through here, then runs across, and Montana fakes, comes back, and hits him right here. See the defensive backs, they turned and ran deep to the end zone. Cooper was able to come underneath the whole group.
The fake is what set up the whole thing. Second down, Cincinnati at the 6. Anderson drops into the end zone. Throws up to his tight end, Ross. Ross cuts upfield for Bengal first down to the 15. Craig Pookie tripped him up.
Again, we see, Dan Ross is probably one of the best tight ends in football at this. Getting deep, getting underneath between linebackers. You see, he's a big target in there, 89. He gets behind the linebackers and in front of the secondary. Watch him. You see what he did? He went down that time. See, he faked like he was blocking and then got up and came across. That is a big Cincinnati play. They always do that.
First down at the 15. That goes back to the days of Paul Brown. Anderson outside Curtis. Incomplete. Ronnie Lott on the coverage.
Talking about Paul Brown, of course, Paul Brown was one of the great all-time coaches in this game, and we see a lot of his influence in this. Look at this, both touchdowns. The Bengals had an interception. The 49ers got 7 points out of it. Then they had a fumble, and the 49ers got another 7. All their 14 points have really result of turnovers.
And both times, Cincinnati was down inside the 5-yard line. Second down. Anderson dropped. Gonna have to hurry. Gets away from one. He gets it out to Ross. Ross has it go right through his hands. Lawrence Pillars is the one who made Anderson do the moving.
Let's watch Fred Dean on his rush here, and you'll see. Now watch Ross. You see, he's coming in, cutting Fred Dean first. Munoz, number 78, just waits for him. Ross then gets up and comes underneath. Now, that was a good pass. He was ready to turn up and start running before the ball got there.
That can be a very effective double team, I think, when the first man to hit the blocker, well, the defender turns out to be the initial receiver. Anderson drops again. Fires. Pass is caught this time by Ross. He'll be about a yard short of a first down, it appears. Bobby Leopold.
Well, one thing, we'll see him here. Now it'll be a single block by Anthony Munoz. You get him thinking. See, now here we go. He's trying to get an inside move, but Munoz is so big at 275 pounds and so strong that when he took that inside, he said, okay, you're going in there, I'll let you go there. Boom, right to the ground.
Took him down right by Anderson's feet. Here's McAnally. One punt so far today, 53 yards. Trying to block this one. McAnally hangs this one high and deep. White kicks. Starts upfield. Swarmed on by Cincinnati. Good coverage by the Bengals. First man down was John Simmons, number 25. We have 4 minutes, 11 seconds left to play in the first half, and the score is the San Francisco 49ers 14, Cincinnati nothing. What a sight this is. Over 80,000 people. It will accommodate. First down, San Francisco at their own 34. They lead 14-0. They put Solomon in motion. The fake is to Patton. Good fake. Clark is open. He'll have a first down in Cincinnati territory. Bobby Kemp, the defender.
Those are the greatest passes to throw on first down, and we'll see what the fake does. When you fake a run, you're trying to hold these linebackers in here so that you can get him into this area. Now watch how the fake affected those inside linebackers. You know, here's a fake. They step up, and Clark is able to get right in behind them.
First down, San Francisco. They start from the Cincinnati 49. Ricky Patton, the ball carrier, got a couple. Ricky went to high school in nearby Flint, Michigan. He and Williams were teammates, the Cincinnati linebackers. The only difference was in high school, Williams was a tailback and Patton was a linebacker.
Right.
Now they've reversed roles.
How did he get that name, Ricky?
His mother enjoyed television, particularly I Love Lucy. His real name is Ricky Ricardo Patton. His full name, I should say. 2nd and 7. He'll get another try. And Ricky Patton rolls down to about the 40. Very close to another Niner first down.
Ricky Patton didn't play in the championship game against the Cowboys. Bill Walsh said he wasn't ready, but he's ready for this Super Bowl. It's that shoulder square, boom, turn it upfield.
Ross Browner came from the other side of the defense to make the stop. Ricky Patton, who bounced around Atlanta, Green Bay, left his heart in San Francisco. He likes it. First down, 49ers. 39-yard line of Cincinnati. The line of scrimmage. Clark is lined up tight on the left side this time. A formation they like very much. Mike Wilson also in the game. To Cooper. Cooper breaks Leclerc's tackle, but Kemp and Hicks were right there quickly. That'll be the 2-minute warning. 49ers leading 14-0.
It was Monday.
San Francisco offensive line strolling around. Joe Montana, number 16, is 10 out of 13 for 113 yards as his team leads 14-0. Montana threw the 1 touchdown pass to Earl Cooper. He scored the other one on a quarterback sneak. A lot of people wild about Joe Montana right now. Second down, San Francisco. They need 6 for a first. They operate from the Bengal 35. Charlie Young was the man in motion. Browner is close. Pass was intended for Young as Montana just barely got it away. Glenn Cameron knocked it loose from Charlie Young.
Glenn Cameron didn't go for that fake. They brought Charlie Young across, held him there, and tried to bring him underneath Cameron. Glenn Cameron just waited right there for him.
Montana once again looking to the sideline.
Watch now, Charlie Young is on the left. We see him right there. Now watch the hit that he takes after he throws the ball. Boy, those quarterbacks really take a beating.
Eddie Edwards was the man first there. So it'll be 3rd down and 6. Montana. Clark. What a catch. Dwight Clark hit in the back just as he made the reception, but a diving catch by Dwight Clark.
I don't know how Dwight Clark does it. You know, you see Dwight Clark, he catches those things in the sidelines and up the field. But I'll tell you, when he goes inside, he always gets this type of thing. Watch him working on Riley. He gets his hand on him. Can he stretch out and catch that ball in the middle of the field?
That was not a bad job by Riley.
No, that's as close as you can get.
Clark has to take a little vacation on the sideline. He's replaced by Mike Schumann. The handoff is to Ricky Patton with a couple of blockers in front. Patton out of bounds on the far side of the field. 49ers fans seated on that side think he was hit out of bounds. Reggie Williams did the hitting.
That Bengal sideline, you can say that they're really concerned about this drive. At 14-0, this is a big deal for the Cincinnati Bengals. They have to stop the 49ers now. They can't let them get that 3rd one in there.
Very solemn group. Anthony Munoz, outstanding offensive lineman of the year in the NFL. Cincinnati, you remember earlier, had to call a timeout, so they only have 2 left. San Francisco has all of theirs. Second down from the 22. Solomon in motion. Handoff Cooper. Earl Cooper rolls down to almost the 15 before Ross Browner trips him up.
Well, the 49ers having their 3 timeouts left, they can really run the clock down. They let a little of it go. They're taking a timeout right now, but they would like to get a score, and when they do, not leave any time on the clock for the Bengals.
San Francisco's first down total doubles Cincinnati, 14-7. The score does better than that. The 49ers 14, the Cincinnati Bengals nothing.
Now
The preceding message was furnished by the National Football League. 3rd and 1, 54 seconds left to play in the first half of Super Bowl 16. San Francisco again on the move and leading 14-0, sorry. 16 is the quarterback. He needed 1, he got it. He scored a touchdown like that earlier in this game. It's been an effective play all year long.
You know, another effective thing that the 49ers have done, they've had 7 third-down situations, and they've picked up 6 of them.
They're going quickly as Solomon goes in motion and Montana goes back. Outside Solomon, he has it. Out of bounds at the 5.
Bill Walsh, how calm he is. I'm so impressed with every play is a different play. Every receiver is a different receiver. We saw Solomon come across in motion. He'll come up the field and then run an out pattern to the sideline.
He's not playing like he's hurt, is he?
No. He says, this has been too long, and we've really done too much this season to miss the Super Bowl.
Second down, 29 seconds left in the first half. The Bengals with their backs to the wall. Here's Montana rolling right and looking and throwing. Clark caught it. Incomplete. The ball came flying out of the bottom of the pile. Clark appeared to have it for just a minute with Glenn Cameron wrapped all over him.
Looked like Glenn Cameron. It looked like the free safety, Brian Hicks, was there also. We'll see it. This looks like the big play that they got against Dallas. The same thing. He starts to the side. Instead of going to the receiver, he goes inside. And you're right. We saw Hicks come in first and knock the ball away.
32, Cincinnati 5.
It'll be 3rd and 2 at the Cincinnati 5. A 12th play in this drive. San Francisco dominating the first half. Montana looks into the end zone and throws it out of there. On purpose. And Ray Worshing, who never looks up once he starts from the sideline. He never looks even at the goalpost.
This is an interesting thing. He won't look at the goalpost. You see him feel Montana there, and he'll say, help me, help me, help me, to get the spot. Now you see he touches him once he has his spot. Now he looks at the hash marks on the field because the hash marks are an extension of the goalpost.
And he still hasn't looked up.
No, and he won't.
If it's good, he'll look up. It's good. 22 yards out. Ray Worshing. San Francisco 17, Cincinnati nothing. We invite you to stay with us at the half. We'll be switching to that triumvirate. Brent Musburger on the right, Roger Staubach in the middle, and Terry Bradshaw. Plus the Up With People halftime show, which is just outstanding. Brent and Irv and Terry Bradshaw and Roger Staubach with all kinds of analysis of the first half. And the Up With People show.
But that's the first time that those two quarterbacks have been at the Super Bowl and wearing a flower on their lapel, isn't it?
I think you're right.
They've been used to being down there and playing in this
With
game.
helmets on against each other.
Right.
San Francisco 17, Cincinnati nothing. And we're winding down the first half. 15 seconds left to play. They have to be very satisfied with what has transpired in the Silverdome first half. Bengals have 2 timeouts remaining. David Verser will handle it if Worshing catches it right. Both teams 2 timeouts remaining. San Francisco's don't matter.
I would think with 15 seconds, Pat, that probably the Bengals timeouts really don't matter either. I think they'll just take this kickoff return. Unless they get an exceptional kickoff return, they'll probably just run the clock out.
Or unless San Francisco gets another turnover. Tough one to handle. Scramble inside the 5. And let's see, the clock is stopped with 5 seconds to go. San Francisco 49ers thinking they have it, and they could break the whole thing open right now if they do. San Francisco has it.
I know Bill Walsh on that sideline. I know they'll go for another one right here. Watch Archie Griffin. It was a ball that was tough to handle. Then he couldn't pick it up. Just as he went to, he gets hit. We'll see his brother, Ray Griffin, try and pick it up. He can't get it, and the 49ers end up with it.
Rick Jervis made the hit on Griffin, and Milt McCall, a reserve linebacker, made the recovery. That is the 3rd Cincinnati turnover. It'll be 1st and goal, San Francisco at the 4-yard line. Worshing is already present.
I thought they may take one shot at the end zone being that close. And then if they didn't get it, kick a field goal. But Bill Walsh must feel that with 5 seconds, he better get the 3.
Ray Wershing still looking at the artificial surface. Somebody jumped. Still 5 seconds on the scoreboard clock. Walt Downing.
Start, offense.
False start against the offense.
False start. Bill Walsh is there. He wasn't even upset about that. But here's a big story in this game. Look at those turnovers. Cincinnati 3, San Francisco 1.
Start, 62 and 71 offense.
If you're playing for Cincinnati, of course, you have to be very aware of the fact that Montana can not only can throw it, he can run with it. Wershing pops it right through. San Francisco 20. Cincinnati nothing. 2 seconds still remain in the first half.
We'll think of that regular season game, and remember, just about the same thing happened. The Bengals had 6 turnovers in that game, and that was the one thing they said that we can't do. You see that they had 6 turnovers, and the 49ers only had 1, and the score was 21-3.
They've had 3 turnovers in this game, and the 49ers have scored after every one of them.